when you get ready to undertake some endeavor, and this is the key, to stop. When you want to do something, just don't spontaneously jump out there and start doing it before thinking about it. At least think about, what is it that I need to think about? That sounds silly, but I think you know what I mean. So very often we react to situations to do. Let's stop and say, okay, is there something to think about this? Is this a useful thing to do? Is this going to add value? And a corollary to that really is, will it contribute to my well-being and the well-being of others? Will it support others in their process of life? Those are two questions, but it's really the same question. Another one is that, does it fit into the context of the flowingness of life, the natural laws as I understand the natural laws? You say, oh, wait a minute, I'm not a scientist, I don't know that much about that. You know what I'm talking about. There are certain natural laws. If I go over and step on your toe accidentally, I'll stand back and I'll look at it and say, oh, I'm so sorry. And you'll say, oh, well, that's okay, but you're pretty clumsy to step on my toe. That's one thing. The natural law involves several different kinds of responses, doesn't it? If I step on your toe or you step on my toe, and I look at you and say, you stupid, clumsy ox. See, that's another thing altogether. We look at what you're doing, think about a little bit what you're doing, and in this process, try to understand whether or not what you're doing is consistent with natural laws. You know, if you bring love into a situation, you're going to experience love out of that situation a lot more easily than if you bring antagonism and bitterness into whatever the interaction happens to be. You're almost always going to get a reaction of the same kind. So, is it in harmony with the natural laws as you understand them? And this final question, and really a couple of questions, but I put it into one. What is the price I must pay? And am I willing to take the consequences? Now let me summarize that just once again, because there are really two questions here. Is what I'm proposing to do useful? Does it add value to me and the circumstances? And the results that are apt to come out of this have a certain price. Am I willing to take the consequences of what I pay to do that, what I've given to it? You see, by asking these kinds of questions of yourself, what you're doing is you're taking conscious control of your life and your affairs right now. You're awake. You're enhancing your awareness. And you grow into the awareness that you are more accountable, that you are the only one that's accountable for your life. And out of this you learn what it is to get, that's going to get you to do what you do in life. And that's motivation. That's where motivation is rooted. It's that drives you. It's the reason behind you doing what you do in life. And the biggest thing you learn from this, that it stems from within you. No one else. You see, there is a God presence, a spark, that spark of divinity, that's at the center of every one of us. And it's constantly pushing on our consciousness saying, I'm here for you. Open up and let me express. It is constantly urging us, prompting us to be let loose in our life. Dr. Ernest Holmes has the statement that he says, I like very much. It's one of the most challenging statements that I've ever come across, and I'm still challenged by it. And that is, God in me, as me, is me. God in you, as you, is you. Let's have a little prayer, shall we? Let's quiet ourselves. Know that there is this one power, this one presence, this one essence, this one intelligence, this one mind. There is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. It is a perfect life. And what this life is, on this magnificent scale, this unlimited scale, this infinite scale of things, I am, in my particular expression, in this experience that I'm having now. What that life is my life expressing as me. So all that God is the potentiality and possibility for me because it resides within me. I'm connected with it all. I live and move and have my being within this field of unlimited possibilities and opportunities, and so does everyone else here. It is in that realization that I know I can experience the wholeness of my being. I don't have to be healed. All I need is to awaken to the natural harmonies of the universe, of the divinity itself, and recognize their existence within me. And then I'm made whole in my expression. Now, I want to take a little bit of time and for you to do a little bit of individual work for yourself, as we did last week, and I do occasionally here, lead you in this. I want you to pick one particular incident or issue or problem or whatever it is that you're dealing with. Some desire that you're seeking to be able to get moving on in your life in a very positive way. Recognizing that the power behind it is always God. Just pick that and look at it for a moment. Don't do anything with it. Just look at it and define it in your mind. And I'm going to do the same for my life. Okay. Do you have that fixed in mind, whatever that is? Maybe a healing for a friend. It may be the need you have for some kind of an expression. It may be a new job you're looking for. It may be a personal healing, a relationship problem or issue, whatever that is. Now, in your mind, create a scene, a picture. Let it be a moving picture, if you will. And if you cannot visualize in this way, that's okay. Formulate the words that imply the fulfillment of whatever that desire is. What does it look like? That desire fulfilled. Now take a deep breath and shift your awareness just a little bit. You've looked at it. You have seen what it looks like. What does it feel like to you to have that desire fulfilled? Now tell yourself silently, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I say, thank you, Mother, Father, loving God. I know that what we have done here is to bring together our consciousness of the wholeness of all, and how each of us may have particularized our own desire. There is but one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is the